Okay, so we're finally tackling this.
All right.
This is a big one. People always ask us about shoes.
Yeah.
Packing for a trip to India. What shoes do I need?
Absolutely. It's a big question and a great one for a deep dive.
So we've got a bunch of different sources here, all about shoes for women traveling to India.
Right, because it's not just about throwing on any old pair of sneakers, right?
No.
Different parts of India, you're going to need something different.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to dive into today. Like, what does your suitcase really want when it comes to footwear for India?
I love that. What your suitcase wants. I've never thought about it that way.
It's true. We've got to listen to our luggage.
We do.
So first things first, you land in India, you're ready to explore.
Yes.
You're probably hitting up a city first. Let's be real, most trips are going to end up in Mumbai or Delhi or one of those amazing cities. So what kind of shoes are we thinking for navigating those streets?
Well, I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is you're going to be doing a lot of walking. I mean, those cities are incredible for exploring on foot.
So much to see.
Exactly. So you need something that's going to be comfortable, you know? You don't want blisters on day one.
Oh, for sure.
And supportive. You'll be walking on cobblestones, uneven sidewalks. So something with good arch support is key.
So we're thinking sneakers.
Sneakers are a really good option, yeah. They're comfy. You can find some really stylish ones these days.
Oh, absolutely.
And they can take a bit of a beating, which is important.
Now, thinking about cities, I also imagine myself in those amazing markets or maybe wanting to pop into a temple.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking flats would be super easy.
Totally. Flats are so versatile, right? You can wear them with a dress, with pants.
They're so easy to pack, too.
Exactly. And they're perfect for warmer weather, nice and breathable.
Now, I'm guessing if we're talking beaches, Goa, Kerala, we can't go wrong with sandals and flip-flops.
Oh, absolutely. You got to have those for the beach. But
there's always a but, isn't there?
Well, just something to keep in mind. Even at the beach, you might find yourself walking on some uneven surfaces.
Good point.
So maybe not your absolute flimsiest flip-flops, you know? Something with a little bit of support.
Now, that reminds me, actually, speaking of uneven surfaces, I had this whole thing a few years back. Went on a hiking trip, nothing crazy, but definitely some trails. And I thought, oh, my cute little sandals will be fine.
Oh, no.
Worst decision ever. Blisters, sore feet. The whole deal. I learned my lesson about proper footwear the hard way.
Ouch. Yeah, you don't want that. And it's so true, especially if you're planning any trekking, like in the Himalayas.
Which you should.
Oh, absolutely. Breathtaking. But yeah, for that, you need proper trekking shoes. Ankle support, good grip, the works. Don't mess around with that. Safety first.
Safety first. So we've covered sneakers, flats, sandals, trekking shoes. Our sources also mentioned something called juttis and kolhapuris.
Yes.
Which, full disclosure, I had to look up.
They're traditional Indian shoes.
Oh.
And they're super cool. Juttis are like, they have this beautiful embroidery, very intricate, often handmade.
Yeah.
And kolhapuris, they have this kind of toe ring situation happening. And they come in all these amazing colors and patterns.
So cute. So it's like blending in with the local style.
Exactly. And they're surprisingly comfortable.
Okay, so tons of style options, but let's get real about features. Comfort, obviously. But what does that even mean when we're talking about shoes?
I would say look for good arch support, for sure. Like, your feet are your foundation, right?
So true.
And cushioned soles. Think about it. You're going to be on your feet all day, exploring temples, wandering through markets. You need that cushioning.
And what about durability? I mean, we're talking about cobblestones, dirt paths, all sorts of terrain.
Right. You don't want your shoes falling apart on you.
Exactly.
Leather is always a good bet, durability-wise. And check the stitching, make sure it looks nice and strong. Reinforced stitching can make a big difference.
Good to know. What about breathability? That seems key, especially with the heat in India.
Yeah, breathability is huge. You want your feet to stay cool and dry, especially in a humid climate.
Makes sense.
So look for shoes made from breathable materials like canvas or mesh. They'll let your feet breathe and prevent them from getting too sweaty.
And we can't forget about the rain. Monsoon season is a real thing.
Oh, yeah. Water resistance is essential. So if you're traveling during monsoon season or even just spending time in coastal areas, it's a good idea to have at least one pair of shoes that can handle a little bit of water.
Smart. So we've got all these amazing shoes. How do we pack them all?
Okay, so my biggest packing tip, especially for shoes, is think versatile. Like, can you wear those sneakers for sightseeing and also dress them up a bit for dinner?
2 in 1.
Exactly. It'll save you so much space in your luggage. And honestly, you don't need to pack your entire shoe collection.
No one needs that many shoes.
Seriously. Choose a few pairs that you know are comfortable and can work for multiple occasions.
So what, like 2-3 pairs max?
I would say that's a good starting point, yeah. And use packing cubes.
Game changer.
They will change your life. Keep your shoes separate from your clothes. Keep everything organized.
They're magic. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Literally.
What's one thing that maybe people wouldn't think to pack in their shoe care kit for India? Something unexpected.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, I'm going to say a small piece of sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
Yeah. Hear me out. Sometimes, if you're walking on like really smooth surfaces, your shoes can get slippery. So a little bit of sandpaper to rough up the soles if you need to, it can be a lifesaver.
That is such a good tip. You heard it here first, folks.
Preparation is key.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think we've given everyone a lot to think about.
I hope so.
So until next time, happy travel.
Happy travel.